If there is one thing that's concerned me, is that most people don't like the idea of going to heaven anymore after they die. As someone who was and still raised in Christian beliefs, I find the idea of heaven to be a wonderful thing, as it is literally the only place that is better than anything we have on earth, especially considering what is happening right now. Now, from my knowledge of the Bible, or as some would call, the Bible, heaven is the ultimate domain where God is said to rule, where angels reside, and where the faithful and good get to stay in after their deaths, which is the most common interpretation in many shows that have spiritual, religious, or even secular themes. Even so, over the years, the depiction of heaven has changed from being positive to somewhat lukewarm, if not straight up negative. Seriously, shows like The Good Place and even Has Been Hotel portrays heaven as being rather questionable, if not a place that people who want to go shouldn't go because it is either boring or worse, corrupt. Really, that sounds more like what hell is, which ironically gets depicted as being better than heaven, when in reality, it wouldn't be. Even in other myths or religious beliefs, they have their own version of heaven. Like, for example, ancient Egyptians believed that after you died, if you passed the balancing of hearts and avoided getting your soul eaten by Amit, you got to go to the field of reeds, where it was practically a paradise there, especially for the pharaohs. Even in Islamic culture, according to the Quran, you get to go to Al-Jannah, which means the garden, and I believe it is connected to the Garden of Eden, considering it is said to be connected to heaven in the Bible, due to it being the only place God ever created that wasn't tainted by sin. There is also a realm known as the Pure Land, which is a realm that is said to be akin to heaven or paradise in Buddhism, but can only be accessed by those who fully transcend their souls and are purified of their sins and desires, considering how the main goal of most Buddhist sects, including the traditional ones from India, involve escaping the constant cycle of reincarnation. Even in Greek mythology, there is the realm Elysium, where it is said the heroes of the old age reside after death, though regular people who died were said to just be sent to the underworld, which is more akin to limbo or purgatory. Same thing in Norse mythology, as only those who fought in battles of sorts could be granted access to the heavenly realm Valhalla, whereas non-combatants ended up in Helheim, which was more akin to the underworld of Greek myths. In Jewish folklore, heaven is referred to as Shamayim, with the concept of the seven heavens being prominent in their beliefs and folklore, even if the concept of the third heaven is more well known compared to the others. Even so, people tend to use phrases like heavenly when describing something great or wonderful, but even then, it's mostly portrayed as a worldly or secular thing, which seems a bit counterproductive at times, considering how many beliefs of the eschatological kind, such as Revelations, Ragnarok, and even the Yuga cycles, claim that the world will come to an end and bring about a newer and better world. Perhaps the idea of heaven isn't too far behind. Okay, I just wanted to make this video about the one thing I hate in society, both now and old times, and that is double standards. More specifically, the kind that allows women to get away with horrendous actions like abuse and bringing other kinds of harm to other people, especially men. Not just that, the rich and corporate get to do whatever they want to those who are hardworking, independent, and even family-owned or small business-related. It sickens me. Seriously, we get so many media depictions of who gets a free pass and who don't, with women being allowed to cause harm by makes my blood boil even more. And no, it's not because I'm some self-hating misogynistic woman or anything like that, but rather it's because it causes an even bigger imbalance when it comes to gender roles or how society views men, considering how we often have incidents of females being abusive to their partners in a physical, emotional, or even sexual manner. It really makes me worried about how society is going to function in the future. We always complain about the patriarchy and whatnot, but we never talk about how women are just as bad as men if we don't hold them accountable for their actions either. Not to mention in media, there are cases of rather questionable writing with some badly aged cases of double standards too, since they give off the message, especially to younger audiences, that it's okay for women to do whatever they want because they're pretty, have a tragic backstory, independent, have powers, or are rich if not have connections. It disturbs me how much we have changed the shift from how females have a chance at equality with males to females dominating males in rather humiliating ways, especially if it involves female sex offenders or predators towards kids, if not teens. I don't care if they are famous, rich, or pretty. They need to be held accountable, and that's final.